Hello, hello, hello. Okay, oh my gosh. Hi, everyone. It has been so long since I've done a double screen, probably almost over a year. Um, hi, hello, welcome. I'm That Witch Karina, and I am the innkeeper, That Witch, here at the Witch's Inn. And today I've decided to go back to the beginning, back to my roots, back to the way that it all began, and offer some insights around the coming full moon, which is happening on Monday, and also pull some tarot cards if there's folks here. If there isn't folks here, then I guess what I'll do is offer up a collective reading. So, yeah. All right. So, if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for joining me. This is like my almost 5th year in business, and I absolutely love it. It's great. I am so blessed and just like, I don't know, the fact that I get to do this as my job is amazing. Hey, Ashley. And yeah, it's just, this is who I am. I'm a little lost for words because I haven't done a live in a really long time, especially all by myself. So here we go. Let's go. So everyone, I think it's very interesting that my link on Facebook is showing up as the Liberated Witch. When that's not what I named it at all, but that is what I started with in Facebook world. It was one of the first programs I offered was the Liberated Witch, and it's morphed and transformed in time. So anyways, here we are. Oh, Cordy's here. My cat. Okay, so here we are. We're going to talk about the full moon. It's Aquarius full moon. We're going to pull some tarot cards, and we're just going to get into this energy. All right? So I want you to go back to the beginning of the year, around this time of Aquarius, right? We had a lot of movement happening in mid-January through mid-February. We had the age of Aquarius dawning, and we really started to see maybe a lot of disruption in the world around us, as well as the just maybe in your own life as well. So now we have this opportunity with the full moon in Aquarius happening on Monday to kind of take a moment and reflect on these past 6 months that have been. Full moons are a really, really amazing time for reflection. That's what they're meant for. So when we can look at maybe what we were setting up for ourselves around that new moon in Aquarius, which I didn't write it down, so you'll kind of have to go back to your own stuff and look at that if you set your intentions and stuff. But what you were working on during that full moon in Aquarius and where you have come so far. So taking that time to reflect, taking that time to really kind of like get into these intentions a little bit more, reset them if you would like. Remembering that the sign of Aquarius is ruled by the Star card in tarot. Okay, so it asks us to think outside the box. It asks us to bring in our higher self and expand outwardly. So look inward in order to expand out. And this is why we always have the Aquarius full moon in Leo season, but it's why I love this combination so much. I love the new moon in Aquarius followed by that full moon in Leo, and then this kind of like opposite end of the spectrum where we get the new moon in Leo that happened on August 1st, I believe. And no, it would have been August 7th or something. Anyways, but then this transition into this full moon in Aquarius that is happening on the 19th. So it's a time of reflection. It's a time of like, how did I go inward in order to change my outward world? How did I take the time in order to really like come into and express who I wanted or how I wanted to express myself over these last couple months, these past 6 months, okay? We also have this opportunity through the planets moving right now. Mars is meeting a lot of planet. It's becoming conjunct. And so conjunct basically means that it's kind of in like, I believe it's 30-degree angle. So it's fairly close, okay? And they're speaking really nicely to each other. So Mars is the planet of action, and it was extremely close to Jupiter the last 3 days, which kind of amped up our luck. So if you follow me over on Instagram and you're in Those Awakened Witches, my channel, sorry, I have a cat hair or something on my nose, you would have heard me talking about Jupiter and how it is the planet of luck, and how, you know, we could make wishes and really come into and manifest what we wanted to manifest over time, right? Like bring that into the sphere now. And then we also have this meeting of Uranus and Mars happening this weekend. I believe it starts today and kind of goes until about Sunday. So these really, really kind of powerful transitions, because Jupiter and Uranus are generational planets. So they move a lot slower than Venus, than Earth, than Mars, than Mercury, because, and what that does, is it allows for our lessons to be a little bit more drawn out. Where right now we are in Mercury retrograde as well, and we kind of get rapid fire lessons that happen, right? Around communication, our communication style, people coming back in, people leaving, all that kind of fun jazz in our life, right? Hey, Lisa. So when we have bigger planets or outer planets kind of coming into conjunction with Mars, it acts as if they're moving a lot quicker than they would. So lessons become kind of rapid fire. And this is why manifestation during these times is really important. Uranus is a planet of chaos. So when Uranus goes retrograde, it kind of kicks up some dust in our life and asks us like, hey, did you feel comfortable? Guess what? Not anymore. Like, I'm going to move this around for you. I'm going to really show you kind of what you desire, where you want to be, where you want to go. So anyways, so this moon as well is a super moon, and it is also a blue moon. And so the next time that we're going to see a super blue moon happen is in, I believe, 2037. So again, the super blue moons are a really great time to manifest, right? There's that saying, once in a blue moon. There's a reason for that. Blue moons happen every 2 to 3 years, about every 18 months. The last couple years, we have got it in the summer. So what this means, or how a blue moon happens, just to give you like a little, just so you know, right? The more you know, the more you could grow. You either get 14 moons in a year. It like kind of lines up that way. Or sorry, two in a month, or 4 in a season. So you're kind of getting like an extra, it seems like you're getting an extra moon within the year. This one is falling 4 in a season. So the season of summer, okay? So it makes it rare, it makes it interesting, and it kind of asks us again, right? Like, what are you trying to manifest? How can we make that happen? How can we create that? And again, thinking about this time of Aquarius, right? That it's in the sign of Aquarius. So what does that mean? How are you wanting to move outside of the box? What kind of is feeling like stuck and mundane? And you're like, you know what? I've been doing the same thing over and over and over again, and I'm just over it. And like, you might be making changes, but the changes are very similar to where you were in the past. And what I mean by that is that the train of thought as you're making these changes hasn't caught up to the actual changes that you're making. So it's this place where it's like, you might be making like huge progress in your journey, whatever that happens to be, manifestation, healing, just like regular growth, human growth that happens, but your mindset is still the same. And so Aquarius, Uranus, this Jupiter, this Mars is like, see your actions, see what you have made possible, and change that mindset. And today I made a post about that, right? Where it was like, if you're constantly thinking like, man, like I am moving uphill all the time. Like I am constantly just like pushing that rock up a hill. And like when I get to the top, it just falls. And then I have to start all over. Well, no, what if it's not that it fell? What if it's that you integrated, you embodied, and so now you're ready to move forward? So with this moon, don't wait until Monday to do your reflecting. Don't wait until it's here. Take some time today, tomorrow, Sunday. The peak of this moon happens at around like 2:24 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. So that means that that's when it's at its fullest. It's going to appear full from Sunday midday to Wednesday in the morning. Okay. But Monday is when it peaks. That is when its energy is its most potent. Okay. But take some time today, tomorrow, Sunday, even Monday morning to be in this place where it's like, what have I made possible in my life? And based on that knowing and trust in self is where I am going to move and create and embody more. And so it's not the same mountain that I've been climbing. Actually, it's a new peak. And I'm ready for this new peak because look at what I've brought behind me. As well, as I said, stepping into this live, I haven't gone live like this in over a year. Maybe well over a year. Definitely not this double stuff, Facebook and Instagram. I haven't done that in a very long time. So there is no shame in going back to the beginning so that you can recalibrate and maybe pick up habits that you left behind or that no longer served in that moment because you needed to focus your energy somewhere else. But now you're ready to reintegrate it, to bring it back into space, to bring it back into time, because you see the value of what it once served for you. Okay? And I'm not saying that I'm going to be going live like this all the time, but it is something that I'm like, I'm missing it a little bit. I miss this part of my routine, and I needed to let go of that routine a while ago so that I could focus my energy on course creation, on like all these other things, building communities in new ways. But now it's like, oh, okay, now I'm ready to come back and reach my audience like this again and realize like, I love being live. I love doing videos. So why not start back from the beginning? Hi, Missy. Hi, everyone that's kind of joining over on Instagram. So nice to see you. So yeah, take some time over these next 3 days. Think about what you're reflecting on. Over in those Awakened Witches in my channel on Instagram, I had said, what feels unhealed for you that you can let go of? Because it's actually taking up way more time, way more energy, way more effort than where you are already going, than where you are moving towards. What do you feel doesn't feel healed or doesn't seem healed that you're actually just holding on to because maybe it's all you've ever known, and that's okay. But now it's time to be like, yeah, I'm past that. I'm way past that. And I'm spending way, way too much time thinking about this, giving my energy to it. And it's keeping me from moving into that next kind of place that you want to go. Hello. Happy birthday. All right. Okay, so I'm going to pull just like 1 or 2 cards for the collective, and then I will select a few folks to have a card pull. I want to be intentional here, okay? So if you have a question, I would love to pull for you. What I would not like to do is just pull generally for you. Because you know what? We're not in the age of just like, I don't know, whatever. Whatever spirit wants to tell me, spirit can tell me. No. We are in control of our fate. We are in control of our destiny. So let's direct spirit in order to help us take the action, Mars, that we want to take. Let's stop leaving it up to them, right? Being codependent in a way with spirit, being like, I don't know, whatever they want me to do, I guess I'll do it, right? Listening to our intuition, okay? And being like, yeah, this is actually where I need to go. This is what I need to do. And this is where I need clarity. This is where I need spirit to give me a little bit of insight, to validate, to let me know, yeah, you're on the right path, or take this door, right? All right. So great question here. So Sandy says, what spirit needs to tell me about her solar return and year, please? Okay, so it's their birthday today. Lisa, I'm so glad that this is hitting home for you. So know that, like, again, before I pull, this is the year of strength. So many folks that I am sitting with and talking to are like, man, this has been the hardest year. I feel like I have just like gone through the mud this year. But also, when I speak to them and we start teasing things out about this year, it's like, yeah, you've gone through the mud, but look how much growth you have created. Look at how much bullshit you have said into your life. Like, no more. I'm not done this. Like, I'm done with this pattern. I'm not moving into it anymore. So direct it. Allow that to really be where you need to be. All right, beautiful. So is starting a membership a good business move, and will it be successful? See, these are great questions. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Give me some insight there. Beautiful. All right, let's pull some cards for the collective. And then I will definitely get to those too. All right. So 3 of Pentacles, of course. 9 of Swords. I actually feel like Spirit's kind of calling us out a little bit here. Two of Swords. And 1 more, Spirit, just so we can get a little bit more clarity here. Too many? Just 1 card, please. Just 1 card, Spirit. Thank you. And the Devil. All right, so we got a lot of swords, but we got this pentacle to start. So I immediately hear as I pulled out that 3 of Pentacles, like exactly what I was saying before. See yourself. See how you have mastered your life. This is the card of mastery. This is the card of like passing information on. This is the card of building legacy. This is the card of being like, I know what I'm doing. I know the contracts in which I am entering into my life, right? And so when I have that self-assurance, I do not need to be worried. I do not have to fear the nightmares in which I have lived through before. And when I am making decisions, I don't need to make them from a place that's going to make me feel captive. So the idea of expectations, what do people expect of me? No, you are the master of your life. What do you expect from you? What do you want to build? What do you want to create as legacy going forward? And this devil card is kind of acting as this place of like, allow people to see you as the devil. Allow people to be in this place where it's like, I don't know you anymore. I don't know you anymore. Awesome. Get to know me then, if you want to. And if not, then I'm not going to worry about it because I know me. I know where I'm going and I know what I have mastered in my life. And the decisions that I'm doing now and I'm taking now are asking me to step into further mastery, are asking me not to learn something new, not to create something brand new in my life, but to come back into this place of like, I'm the fucking shit, so take a big whiff. Transformation, absolutely. But to me, it doesn't feel like a transformation of like brand new. This almost feels to me like a transformation around like owning all the parts of yourself that you may have kept hidden in the past. The void, like the fact that there's two swords, which rules the throat chakra, okay, and or the upper chakras here, the third eye and the crown, but also the devil. It kind of like brings to mind this place of like, where have you been like Ariel, like keeping your voice on lock so that, you know, you're using your voice when you know you need to speak and you're not explaining yourself to people who you're like, it doesn't matter because you don't get it, right? That is the devil. Trying to explain yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. It's like, yeah, no. So yes, transformation, but it's transformation because you have mastered your own energy. You understand yourself, you hear yourself, and what you are experiencing from the outside world is spirit going, yes, 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 nope, adjust. And you're like, okay, awesome, right? Owning it. Love it. Okay. So from that collective reading, again, if you would like a tarot card pulled for you, I'm happy to pull a card. No generals. We're not doing generals. Be specific. Okay? So Sandy. These cards are upside down. Hang on, they're the ones that I just pulled. What does Spirit want them to know about the year ahead and their solar return? This dear Leo soul who is making big, big shifts in their life right now. Love it. 8 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. This is a journey, my friend. A big journey this year. So what I read first is the 8 of Cups, and then the Knight of Pentacles is behind it. But if we were to read it, it's like this Knight of Pentacles into the 8 of Cups. Both are on a journey. So what I feel for you is this first half of the year, you are taking, it feels like you have a lot more people around you this first half of the year. And it feels like there is a lot of abundance in this first half of the year for you. But I will say that probably around Aquarius season, around the Aquarius new moon, it's not that people walk away. What I feel is that you decide to walk away and do a little bit of an emotional journey for yourself. This also might look like you traveling to another country in order to understand or come back into reclamation of your roots. This doesn't feel like like you're ostracizing people. This doesn't feel like they're never coming back. What this feels like to me is this place where it's like, I feel like I need to do a little like soul reflection, soul integration. But I feel regardless, this year is like very abundant. And just as I was talking about at the beginning here, hey Jamel, the mountains that you're going to climb this year, you're fully prepared. Pardon me, sorry. You don't need to worry about them, and you're very divinely guided. There is going to be a large harvest for you in this coming few months. I think this entire year, you're going to have a large harvest. It's important for you to continue to reflect on what is happening instead of what isn't happening. But also know that there will be a soul retrieval, is what I'm hearing, during the winter. All right. And we're going to go. I am so sorry. I'm blanking on your name. But quilter, business, membership, you are very welcome. Very, very welcome. Check Sandy out as well. Give them a follow. They read Turkish, I believe it's Turkish teacups. Maud, thank you. Turkish coffee. I've had a reading by them, by Sandy. Very, very, very insightful. Exactly what I needed, right? As I say to all the people that come to me for tarot, they're like, you probably never get tarot readings. I'm like, I don't really get tarot readings, but I definitely have people that I go to for insight when I'm feeling stuck or at a crossroads and I need spirit to kind of like help direct me in a little ways. And Sandy is one of those people. So cheat on me. Go to her. I love sharing in business. I don't like sharing in personal life. I don't mind third parties in business. All right, Maud. Let's see if this membership is the right step and if it'll be successful. 4 of Cups. Stop waiting for the opportunity and take the opportunity. You've been sitting on this for a long time. What else? What else, Spirit? It was 4 of Cups. That's why. Thank you. And then there we go. We have the Star. And then we have the 6 of Wands. 6 of Swords coming through. So from rough waters into clear waters. You are very talented. Okay? You are very talented. And I don't feel like it's a fear necessarily. To me, this almost feels like energy-wise. Like, will I have the energy? Will I have the stamina? Will I have enough content to continue creating and like doing this like long term? Know that it can be adjusted. Know that like nothing needs to stay the same. Nothing needs to stay like stagnant or stale. Look at me. When I first started on live today, what I had said is like, for some reason, my link is showing up as a liberated witch. That isn't something that I have held in my business for like 2 years now. I let that go 2 years ago. And, but from that, things have morphed and changed. And the content that I'm creating, the memberships that I hold is like very, very different now, but also very the same. It's different energy-wise, the energy that I'm giving into it, because I realized I was trying to do too much. So what I would say here is Spirit says, yes, this is like the Star card. It will be successful. Don't be afraid to come back and evaluate the energy that you're giving, not from what you think other people expect from you, but what you expect from you, and move on from there. All right? Beautiful. So Ashley has said, been connecting to ancestors, looking for advice on how to keep strengthening this. All right. Beautiful question. Beautiful question. Vintage Attic, if you have a question, you are very welcome, Maud. You may have just hit request to come live with me by accident, but feel free to drop your question in the comment section, okay? And folks on Facebook, if you have questions that you want to ask me and Tarot, let me know. All right, Ashley, let's see. How can you keep strengthening your connection to spirit? How can you keep strengthening your connection to spirit? 5 of Cups. Okay. 5 of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. Okay. So what I'm hearing is that it's a fear that it'll be too consuming. That like if you continue to like open yourself up more to spirit, it'll be like, when will I have time to do other things? So what I'm kind of hearing is like, don't fear that like you'll be drained, you'll be too tired. They'll like kind of infiltrate your life in a way that you're like, oh my God, I'm channeling all the time and I just like, I'm so tired. I don't know how to stop. Realize that like every day in every way, you are channeling always. And you always have been. You're just tuning into it more so now. And this is your superpower. So the more that you own the fact that you are an extremely gifted channeler, the more you will see that strengthen and come into being. Don't fear it being consuming. Don't fear negative channels. Thank negative channels and adjust it accordingly. Also, this Ace of Pentacles is telling me that there's time for action right now. I think there's some fighting in your mind, or maybe between your mind and your body, around taking action around how grief wants to move through you. And so the more that you allow just grief to be right now, the stronger that it'll become. All right. You are welcome, Ashley. All right. So I have one more over on Instagram, and then I see 3 folks here on Facebook that I will get to. So I think this is Nikki. Should I cut back in the main job end of September to focus on the opening of the daycare? Is this the right time? So what falls on the floor comes in the door. King of Wands. Yes. Yes. It's like it's been brewing. People have been waiting. People are asking. And it's like spirit has been in your door. I was going to say doorstep, but I was going to say ear, but then doorstep came out. Spirit has been at your doorstep being like, I'm ready when you are. I'm ready when you are. And then we get the Fool and the Wheel of Fortune. Do not fear new beginnings. This is not a new beginning. Remember that. This is not a complete new beginning for you. This is a space where you are taking everything that you have learned and creating new opportunity through this, which, yes, is a new beginning, but it's almost, as I said in the beginning, a return. Allow yourself to return to this kind of like pirate energy here. Okay, I'll show Facebook here. All right. Oops. Absolutely. I am so glad that we met as well, Sandy. You are welcome. All right. So here on Facebook, let's see. Missy, hello. I'm wondering if there will be an opportunity for me to go full-time in my job, or will I stay part-time in the department I'm currently in? Great question. Love the direction into spirit. You are very welcome. All right. So, I got cards mixed up, guys. Okay. Okay. Let's see. There we go. All right, so what falls on the floor comes in the door. Ace of Cups. There is an opportunity coming around money. Page of Pentacles. But you know what? Okay. So I have this tattooed on my wrist. No, the Noah story, you can't see it. Oh my gosh, I can't twist. It doesn't matter. I can't twist my wrist that way. Anyways, but I have the dove, the peace dove, the freedom dove on my wrist. And immediately, Missy, what I'm hearing is that like Noah had to answer the call. Noah had to believe within his soul that God was speaking to him and asking him to do the work that he knew would save him and his family's life. He knew would save the animal's life, right? He had to believe that conviction within his soul in spite of what other people may have been saying around him. And with this Page of Pentacles, what I'm hearing is that don't wait for the opportunity, make the opportunity for yourself, right? Noah prayed. Noah had a strong relationship with God, even without God speaking to him ever. And it was through his conviction that God chose him as the one to build the ark. So what I'm hearing here is build your ark. Start laying the foundation. Start letting managers or people in other departments know, I would love this job. I would love to go full time. I would love to do this, right? Start talking to the money. Start sweet talking it so that it moves towards you. Yes, the opportunity is there. But it's like start planting the seeds so that you can follow it. Beautiful. All right, Lisa. I'm intrigued by the message today about returning to my mastery. Can Spirit tell me more? Okay, so how can Lisa step into mastery more? All right, why do I keep putting cards back upside down? So I think there's a message in there for all of us, right? That like, if something seems out of sorts, trust it. Don't be afraid to flip it back into where it belongs. Okay, where can Lisa step more into mastery? Where can Lisa step more into mastery? King of Wands. Clarify the King of Wands for me, please. King of Pentacles. Okay. Own your masculine. That's what I'm hearing. Own your masculine. Own your passion and allow that passion to pull you into a place of groundedness. Don't fear it anymore. When something feels like it's brewing deep inside your soul, allow it the opportunity to kind of fully burn a little bit. But when it kind of like, when there's action that feels like it needs to be taken, take the action. And trust that you are someone that, like, it can feel like maybe life goes like slow, 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 quick, slow, 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 quick. That's part of your mastery. And it's like, what I'm kind of hearing from spirit is that it's this place where you're being asked to own that as part of your mastery, that you are very detail oriented. And so, not to get caught up in the perfectionism of it, because there can be a shadow aspect there, right? But if details matter to you, allow the details to come through and then birth. It might feel like you're behind the pack, is what Spirit's saying, but you're actually far ahead of the game, because the way that you move in your energy is extremely intentional. And so see that as part of your mastery. Beautiful. Okay. So I have Donna over here, and then I see Vic would like a card. So Vic, today what I am asking folks is no general readings. So if you have a question, place the question and I will answer the question through tarot. All right, my dear. All right. So Donna, what direction do I need to go in for the next little while? Thank you. All right, Donna. What direction does Donna need to go in the next little while? What direction does Donna need to go in the next little while? I feel like you're writing a book, a solo book. And that, like, if you haven't, like, I know I didn't pull cards, but like, it's kind of like if you've been waiting on it, like if you already have it and you're just kind of like waiting on the right time, like now is the right time. And like, be in a place where it's like, allow it to birth. Because what I'm seeing, Donna, is that like you're speaking at different places, but you're speaking with the book. So I'm going to leave that message with you, Donna. You're welcome, Missy. Lisa, you are very welcome. I'm glad that especially owning your masculine part really hit. So Deanne, and then we will go Vic, and then the, am I on the right path question? Okay. All right. And then I'm going to close off. So we have 3 more folks. You're very welcome, Lisa. All right, Deanne. There's a lot going on in my life at the moment. Is there a message for me to help me through all of this? All right, Deanne. So is there a message from Spirit to help Deanne move through all the chaos that is happening in their life at this time? Thank you. Queen of Wands, 9 of Wands. So the 9 of Wands is the wounded warrior, but it's upside down. So I'm going to leave that reverse for you, Deanne. And what I'm hearing is, I'm going to go back to your question and I'm going to reframe this question for you. There is a lot going on in my life at the moment. Is there a message for me to help me through this? There are a lot of opportunities that are coming forward for me. May I know the ones that are going to leave me wounded. And may I trust the path that leads me to my salvation, to my healing. You do not need to be everything for everyone and leave yourself out in the cold. Queen of Wands. Stop self-sacrificing. That's your message from Spirit. Come into a place where if you don't have the energy, you don't have the energy. So again, what I'm going to say is, instead of there's a lot going on in my life at the moment, is there a message for me to help me through all this? There are a lot of opportunities being presented to me right now. May I know the ones that aren't for me, and may I move towards the ones that lead me to my salvation. That is what I'm hearing from Spirit for you. You're welcome, Donna. Hopefully, if you weren't already writing a book, maybe it sparked a little interest to get you writing a book and getting it out there. I see it by December. All right. Vic, what is the purpose of the heavy emotion that has been moving through me today? Ooh, okay. What is the purpose of the heavy emotion that is moving through them today? See how I'm shuffling? It's to teach you patience. Patience of self. Patience that not everything can be in our fingertips. And as much as I work with Vic often, as much as this sword energy of let my logic come through and figure this out for me, Spirit saying, that's not what I'm asking you to do right now. That's not what you need to do right now. What needs to be Nine of Wands. Sit with the emotion. Let it inform. Allow it to bring you to a place of healing instead of seeing yourself as wounded. That's what I'm going to say. All right. You are welcome, DM. All right. So my last reading for today, and then I will close off with a finishing card from Spirit. So NH, you are welcome. NH of Bop. Am I on the right path? And just before I do this one, letting people know that, like, you can find my booking links in the comment section on Facebook, on my website, or in the link area on Instagram. You can always message me. I do have a special for August. It expires August 31st, where we work together for 3 months. So you get 12 one-on-one sessions. You get Tarot for Beginners. You get Witching 101. You get Witching 102. For $12.22. It's like that's like $1,000 in savings. And it will be absolutely transformational. But obviously you can do all of that a la carte, one-off sessions, all those things. If you have any questions, or you want to set up a strategy call for me and see if we would work well together, or if you want to work with me, just drop me a line. And I will reach out and we can set that up. All right. So NH of Bop. Am I on the right path? Thank you. Okay, so this card did flip out as I was shuffling before. So know that this is something that, like, you need to hear. Six of Pentacles. There needs to be balance. Okay. So what Spirit's kind of telling me is, like, yes, you are on the right path. But I also hear there's this place where you're like, You're wanting it at your fingertips right now, okay? Notice there's a lot of hands in here, okay? So one, Spirit is saying, like, again, kind of how I said to Vic, be patient. Allow what's brewing to brew so that, like, we don't want quick success. Quick success burns out. We want a slow, steady build because it allows our energy to move with us and keep in cadence with us, okay? That is the way that we build sustainable growth. No one is an overnight sensation. I promise you that, okay? 2, if you are giving out a lot of your energy to a lot of different people, pay attention to that. Because to me, it almost feels like you're telling yourself, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. It almost feels obligatory to me. If you're in that feeling, that's when you know you're not in the right path. If it feels more draining than good, then you're not on the right path. And here's something, I'm going to use entrepreneurship as an example, okay? Entrepreneurship is 1,000 times harder, and I don't care, than, like, you can come at me all you want, than working a regular job, okay? Because in a regular job, you have policies, you have procedures, you have many, many people working at one facet, okay? If you are a small business owner, you are one person doing all the things, as well as stepping into what you want. You know, they always say entrepreneurship is not for the faint of heart, and absolutely it's not, okay? And I'm not saying that you're an entrepreneur, but this is kind of what's coming through, so I'm going to share it. Pick your heart. I could go out and get a very good paying job with my diplomas, with my experience, with my charm. That seems harder to me than doing what I do. And so I pick my heart. And yes, I might have circles under my eyes, but these are circles of love because I love what I do. I'm not exhausted. I am working something that feels energetically aligned to me. And so that 6 of Pentacles is a place for you to be like, pick your heart. If that's all you take from this message, pick your heart. And when you pick your heart, the right path will just, you'll know it. Oh, this is hard, but I wouldn't pick anything else in the world. Okay? All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me pull one more card for the collective. So if you didn't get a card, you were kind of hoping just for a general message. Here it is. This message is for everyone. You're very welcome. All right, what's one final thing that the collective needs to hear right now before entering this full moon in Aquarius on Monday? How can we prepare our energy? How can we move towards it? Thank you. 6 of Cups. I actually want to cry right now. You know where you feel at home. You know where you feel safe. You know where energy is reciprocal. Go there. Move with that. I'm not one to advocate for the inner child doing work for us, because oftentimes our inner child has been overworked, and that's where we get creative blockages. But ask the inner child, where have we been moving in the box of expectation that we're ready to come home to self and step out of the box? All right. Beautiful. Thank you all so much for joining me. You are very welcome, Lisa. I'm going to be doing this more. I miss it. I miss connecting with you all in this way. And it's a hard that I'm ready to step back into. So I hope you enjoyed it. Share this out on your stories. It would mean a lot to me. If you enjoyed this reading, consider maybe leaving a review on Google, or even just like dropping into my inbox and like leaving a review. It really helps me. And yeah, I want to grow this year. Like I'm ready to like go, and I'm ready to just like step into my dreams. So if you can help me by sharing my posts, by sharing my stories, by writing me a review, I would appreciate that. Book with me too. I love that too. All right, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Happy full moon on Monday, and I'll see y'all later. Bye. Thank you, thank you, thank you.